In Texas, another attorney says he will file a lawsuit in the Astroworld Music Festival tragedy. That suit is against rapper Travis Scott and concert promoters. The law firm will be representing more than 30 attendees, all under the age of 25. Half of them are children. The attorney says his client suffered physical injuries and emotional trauma. He referenced the music festival in 2019, saying Scott allegedly encouraged crowds to storm barricades.
It was the similar situation. It was the same, meaning the crowd went ahead and stormed the barricades, went into the actual venue. Security could not stop it. There was criminal activity that took place at the concert back in 2019, again with the same artist at the same venue.
Scott says he will pay for the funeral costs of the 8 victims. 3 people remain hospitalized, including a 9-year-old boy. His family says he is in a medically induced coma tonight.
Now, in light of the deadly Astroworld Festival in Houston, local event security companies are looking at their protocols to make sure nothing like this happens here again.
And we say again because a similar tragedy did happen here back in the 1980s. News 4's Courtney Allen dug up the archive video of that. And Courtney, a lot of witnesses described back then what sounds like how people described it today here at the Astroworld situation.
Yeah, Tracy Marius, some local security companies say this incident is very similar to a holiday rap festival here in Nashville back in the late 80s where 2 people died. Police at the time say people fell like dominoes and couldn't breathe.
Well, it reminds me of what happened in Nashville in 1987.
Bart Butler was working security at the Nashville Municipal Auditorium back in the 80s, around the time 2 teenage girls lost their lives there following a concert.
Yeah, she's dead.
What upsets me is a whole lot of it could have been avoided.
Butler says people rushed the ramp to get to some kind of after party, but people had chained the doors, causing a pileup.
It's one of those nightmares that you hope never happens, especially when it happens at home.
Butler says crowd management here changed dramatically after that. And other companies like Solarian Risk Management say Astroworld is another huge wake-up call for the industry.
If it was predictable, it's preventable.
CEO Jack Bird says Solarian provides security for several Broadway bars, Bonnaroo and Pilgrimage.
I haven't known a single festival in the entire year that has been overstaffed, I'll say that. One of the biggest pushes I think that you'll see us and every other company out there doing right now is trying to make sure we've got extra people, we've got extra observers, we've got extra staff on hand for large events, and we've got the right training behind those people.
Events in Nashville are now adjusting, like the upcoming New Year's Eve concert at Bicentennial Mall.
Add more security, that all their job is to be on the towers looking at the crowd. You know, not necessarily the SWAT team that's looking for gun control and all that, but just looking at the crowd control.
Could this happen here?
Yes, this could happen anywhere. It doesn't have to be 50,000 people to make this happen. There was only 2,000 people at Municipal Auditorium. It was all based on the energy and the space and the time.
In addition to, of course, infrastructure and layout, some companies we heard from say they think talent management is also going to be focused on, as artists can heighten the energy of the crowd. The more energy, it can be harder to control. Back to you.
A lot more to discuss here, Courtney. Thank you.